The Hulk has become a firebrand, a rallying cry, and he's putting corporate America like Roxxon on notice. What happened next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Immortal Hulk issue number 28 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alright then, so as we join the comic, we're introduced to a man who I think is gonna feel pretty familiar to a lot of people out there reading. He's an older fellow, a baby boomer if you will. He's upset at the moment because he just doesn't understand the world anymore. It's like one day he was on top and then the next day everything changed and suddenly he wasn't as special anymore. His wife is tired all the time and his daughter seems to hate him, and I mean it can't possibly be anything he's done right. No, the devil is to blame for all of this, and by the devil he of course means the Hulk. After all, that's what all the talking news heads on Rock's News are telling him, that's what all the shock jocks are telling him, and why would they want to lie to this guy? Yeah, today's kids are just down with the devil and they're gonna eat these older folks alive, which is why it's a good thing that this guy works as a security guard for Roxxon facilities, so he also is a gun owner. And speaking of Roxxon, which we absolutely were, Dario Agger, their Minotaur president, is close to a nervous breakdown. The Hulk absolutely devastated their social media arm in the previous issue, and the company is losing ground every hour it seems. Their stock is all in the toilet at the moment, and even once joke competitors like Banetronics, hahaha, nice little reference to what's going on in the Iron Man book right now, are running circles around them. Geez, it's like when the Hulk took not Twitter and not YouTube offline, this evil corporation wasn't able to control their own narrative, and because of that, people are actually meeting up in person and mobilizing against them. Dario admits he hasn't really thought much about children outside what he could profit off them, but they're really starting to tick the Minotaur off at this moment. It's like, come on you damn kids, me and CEOs like me built you a beautiful plastic consumerist wonderland, and now it's like you're mad at me for it. And mobilize the young people of the Marvel Universe have, why they've even started taking up plastic masks a la those Guy Fawkes masks you see all the time. Heck, these kids even have a name for themselves, the TEEN Brigade. That sounds silly, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Hulk protesters have set up outside an installation that just so happens to be guarded by our boomer friend from earlier on, and you know what? He's absolutely over the moon about it. Because guess what? We're in a stand-your-ground state and he has a gun. He's just absolutely dying to shoot himself some protesters, and maybe once he does, his family will start respecting him again. After all, these kids are down with the devil, they make me scared, and I have to save the world for my children. Oh no, wait, what is that? My daughter is actually leading the charge of these protesters? Oh, well then who am I protecting from who again? For the record, this actually only makes him want to shoot more, and he does, and he would have shot his own kid. Luckily, the Hulk actually showed up to make the save here. It would also seem that the not-so-jolly Jade Giant has actually been listening to this dude's inner monologue this whole time, saying his problem is that he thought this world belonged to him, but no, this isn't Earth anymore, this is a new planet Hulk. And he better get out of the way if he knows what's good for him. This news eventually gets back to Agger and the rest of Roxxon, who have no idea what to do. After all, fighting the Hulk wasn't supposed to be this difficult. It was an easy contract they took from a lazy government. They were just gonna spend their money and then ask for more, but the Hulk, he's actually fighting them. Dario even admits all of his battles with Thor and all the different gods didn't prepare him for fighting the Hulk. Gods, after all, are supposed to represent the best, most idealized qualities of mankind, but the Hulk isn't that. He's a monster, he's an anti-god, he's, well, the devil, basically. And how does one beat the devil? Well, you can't, not easily anyway, but what if you didn't have to beat the devil? What if you could sell the devil, commodify him, turn him into plastic? And in fact, Agger and Roxxon might already be trying to do that. After all, those kids need to get their Hulk masks somewhere. They're made for pennies in Sokovia and sold for $2.99 in the States. Sure, the Hulk is costing them millions every day, but they're making a tidy profit commodifying him, and if people want the Hulk so bad, imagine if Roxxon could give them their own version of the Hulk. For that, though, Agger is going to have to make a quick stop off on Monster Island, where only the worst, most terrifying creatures have stayed behind. And it's on that note there the comic comes to a close, everybody. And so that was Immortal Hulk issue number 28, and once again Al Ewing manages to deliver one hell of a story. This is probably the most political and topical the Hulk has maybe ever gotten, and considering this story started as a body horror piece, I really wasn't expecting it to go here, but I'm super stoked that it's here now. Ewing does a great job here letting us see the inner workings of a reactionary mind in the Roxxon security guard and just how he is the way he is. In his mind, he's the hero, he's the one saving the day, not realizing that he's become the villain a long time ago. Agar, too, has also taken on so many more interesting layers under Ewing, this real ultimate embodiment of predatory capitalism, but who's also an evil genius for realizing, man, you know, all this anger, all this righteous indignation being directed towards us, if only we could profit off that, too. Now, granted, a lot was made of the fact that the original artist wasn't on board for this issue, and indeed it is a shame, but I feel that this issue has such a personality of its own. The art change actually worked for me. Overall, I'd give this one another much-deserved 9 out of 10. This truly is one of the best comics on the shelf at the moment.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing me right now, it means you watched to the end of the video, of which I will always be appreciative of. It really helps with retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. If you really like my work, you can check me out on social media. I have links down in the description of the video you're watching right now to all my different socials. I got the Twitter, I got the Instagram, I got the Facebook. I'm very easy to be reached, and if you follow me there, you can be the first to know about when a new video goes live. And with that, I will bid you all adieu. Bye-bye.